Well, hello, fellow film fans, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Tyler's Real Movie Talk, and this is my A Quiet Place non-spoiler review. Yes, A Quiet Place non-spoiler review. I just got out of the theater. I'm going to tell you what I thought about the film. But before we get into all that, I do got to say, if you're a fan of movie talk, movie reviews, and really everything of that nature, definitely consider subscribing below and hitting the notification bell, which will notify you anytime I have any new content coming out. But with that out of the way, let's dive right into this. So, A Quiet Place. This movie was fantastic. I really enjoyed this movie, and a big reason why I enjoyed it so much is because John Krasinski and Emily Blunt's performances were absolutely fantastic. Now, I say that because there's very little dialogue in this movie, maybe about a minute or a minute and a half total of dialogue where you hear people talking. So I really thought it was going to be super hard for them to carry a film where there's absolutely no dialogue, but they do an amazing job at it, and they really hit it out of the park with their performances. And John Krasinski directing this film does a fantastic job. Look, this film is such a unique story idea that it really made for such a unique movie-going experience. And that leads me to my next point of why I love this movie so much. This movie is so intense. I found myself clenching my fists the whole time I was in the theater, and when the intense parts come on, you could literally hear the theater, and I was doing it myself. Everyone was literally holding their breaths, and then when the intense part got over, you could literally hear the whole theater exhale. But it was such a great movie-going experience, mainly because when those intense parts came on, you could literally hear a pin drop from 8 rows down from where I was sitting. Like, you could hear it loud and clear. That is how quiet and how silent this theater was, and how bad they were holding in their breaths, because it was just fantastic. I mean, it was so intense. I wasn't expecting it to be that intense. I was expecting it to be more on the scary side, but it's definitely more on the intense side than I was expecting. But I actually really enjoyed that part of it. And guys, the last thing is, like I said earlier, the story idea for this is so original and so unique that I just found it so fascinating watching. And John Krasinski directing it, I mean, he is the reason why this film goes, basically, because him directing and acting, look, he shocked me acting in this movie. He is fantastic acting in this film. But the directing, the way he has shots and the way he sucks the air out of the room during certain parts, I found to be so great, and it just really made for such a unique movie-going experience. Like I said, it's just a fantastic film. I can't recommend this film enough. And the pace of the film is something I also enjoyed. Look, the intensity only picks up and picks up as the film goes, and that's something I really appreciated, because when you think this film can't get any more intense, it gets a hell of a lot more intense, and that's something I really enjoyed about it. But if there was one negative I do have to get into, my one negative would be, I wish there was a little more of a backstory of the creatures and how they got there and everything of that nature. We really didn't get too much of a backstory, which really kind of bummed me out, because I really wanted to know more about the creatures. But that's just a small, minor nitpick thing, I think. And it's really nothing that's a huge deal, because overall this movie was fantastic. Like I said, I have it neck and neck with Black Panther as the best film of the year so far. I do got to do some more thinking, but the intensity of this film has everything from humor, intensity, emotion, heart. It has jump scares. It has literally everything you would want a horror movie to have, and it definitely continues the horror movie trend that was set last year with films like Split, Get Out. It continues that trend, and I just really enjoyed this movie. I definitely recommend you guys go see this movie. It is worth every single penny. But that's what I think about the film. Definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments below after you see it. Did you guys like it? Did you not like it? And does this review make you more or less hyped about the film? Definitely let me know. I want to hear all your guys' thoughts in the comments below. And if you guys like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up and share it around with all of your friends. But with all of that out of the way, thank you for watching.